You're probably using only 20% of your real power. It sounds bad, but let me explain why you're stuck. You make goals, feel excited, try hard for a while, then go back to where you started. It's not your fault. You're trying to build a new you on top of an old you that's fighting back. I'll show you what really works. Most people think they need more habits, more skills, but maybe you have too much old stuff holding you back. When you want to change, your brain tries to keep you the same. This isn't a weakness. It's your brain protecting your identity. Your brain fights against change, even if you want it. You've spent years building your current you with your choices, friends, and where you live. It's like a superhighway in your brain. When you try something new, it's like building a tall building on sand. Here's what happens in your brain. New behaviors that don't match your current you cause stress. This stress makes you want to go back to what's comfortable. It's like trying to run new software on an old computer. It crashes. Imagine someone wants to be disciplined, but their friends like to waste time. They plan a good day, but their friends ask them to skip the gym for drinks. They give in to fit in. It's not weakness, it's protecting their identity. Science shows that identity problems cause stress, which makes you do things that hurt you. Your brain sees change as a threat, like a real danger. Trying to change too fast makes your body go into fight mode. That's why willpower doesn't work for long. You can't just add new things on top of the old you. You have beliefs about what you can do, what you deserve, and what's possible for you. You don't even know you have these beliefs, but they control your choices. If something doesn't fit your idea of yourself, you reject it. Real change needs space. You need to remove things that remind you of the old you. Change where you live, who you spend time with, and the stories you tell yourself. You need to create empty space for the new you to grow. First, you need to see the difference between the old you and the new you. Right now, there's a gap between who you are and who you could be. Most people look at the wrong things to measure this gap, like money, weight, or how much they get done. They miss the real thing that controls their choices. This thing decides if you grow or stay still, if you see chances or problems, and if you act or make excuses. Goals are good, but they don't change who you are. You want to exercise, but you still think you're not athletic. You want money, but you think you're bad with money. These small changes fail because they don't match your core beliefs. The gap is in three parts. Your actions are what you do every day. These actions come from your beliefs about what you can do. Underneath that is your core identity, what you believe about yourself and what's possible. Most people only change their actions, not their core. Think of an iceberg. The actions you see are just the tip above the water. The huge foundation of your identity is hidden underwater. You can change your morning or read books, but if your core doesn't change, the small changes will disappear. Your real limits are underwater. Your life now shows who you are, not just your luck. This is hard to hear. If you don't get what you want, it's because your identity doesn't support it. Your brain blocks things that don't match your idea of yourself. These limits come from things that hold you back: bad friends, bad places, and bad stories you tell yourself. A friend who makes fun of your goals is holding you back. A messy office makes you disorganized. Saying people like me can't succeed is holding you back. These things create limits and make you reject chances. Find the things holding you back by looking at three things: your friends who bring you back to old habits, places that make you do bad things, and the stories you tell yourself when you want to grow. These things show you the size of your gap. Once you see these things clearly, you can start to remove them. This is called strategic disappearance. The best way to change is not to add new habits, but to remove the people, places, and habits that make you the old you. Strategic disappearance means creating empty space by removing things that cause old behaviors. You're not running to something new, you're removing what keeps you stuck. This is different from what you've heard. Most people say you need to do more, be more disciplined, and try harder, but sometimes doing less and removing things is the best move. When you stop feeding the old you, it gets weaker and disappears. This works because of how your brain works. When you remove triggers, you let good pathways in your brain get stronger and bad pathways get weaker. Your brain uses it or loses it. Pathways you don't use fade away, and new ones grow to fill the space. Strategic disappearance has three parts. Change your spaces to remove triggers, choose your friends carefully, and spend less time with people who hold you back. Stop the bad stories you tell yourself. Imagine someone who wants to focus but works in a noisy office. Instead of trying to focus harder, they work from home 2 days a week. The change in place causes different behaviors without them trying. Their brain adjusts to the new place and starts to focus better. Another example, someone trying to get rich stops spending time with friends who complain about money. They don't cause a fight. They just become less available and find new places where people talk about money. Try small experiments to test this. Disappear from social media for 2 weeks and see how it changes you. Change your room to remove things that remind you of old habits. These small disappearances let you try different versions of yourself without making big changes. Strategic disappearance makes space for the new you to grow without forcing it. When you remove the old you, your brain looks for new patterns to fill the space. This happens without you even trying. Start by finding the biggest thing holding you back, the one friend, place, or habit that makes you the old you. Plan a strategic disappearance from this thing for a short time. Watch how your behaviors change. This works because it matches how your brain changes. You have potential, but it's hidden by an identity that's designed to keep you the same. Every friend, place, and story in your life keeps you where you are. This system is very precise and blocks anything that threatens your old identity. Your challenge, find one thing holding you back and remove it this week. Watch how it changes your behaviors. Change isn't about becoming someone new, it's about removing what stops you from being yourself.